How to make a tiny stove and water heater. First of all, take a steel fire extinguisher. Make sure that it is empty and remove the valve from the top. Once that is done, take an angle grinder and cut 125mm from the top and 50mm from the bottom and re-weld together to make a smaller chamber. Then you can cut yourself a door, and once you've done that, the centerpiece you've removed, you can then cut a piece to make a covering for that door. Then weld a 38mm tube as to act as a flue to the top of the cylinder, and here you can see we have a small fire burning. The hinge is welded in place to the cylinder and to the door, and there's a simple catch mechanism been put there so you can open and close the door. The chamber is approximately 6 inches high and 4 inches wide, or 150mm by 100mm. Once that was done, I got myself a sanding disc and cleaned all the paint, and then did some outdoor tests with a much hotter fire. Here I filled the chamber completely with wood and ran it as hot as I could with the air intake open at the bottom, and seen if it was hot enough to scorch wood, which it was. This means that if I was to put it in a camper van or anything that's made of wood, I would need a metal plate to prevent the flue pipe from scorching the wood. As you can see, the wood burns very well with the air open completely. You can see I've now used a dustbin lid off a small little pedal bin for an ashtray and a heat deflector behind it. You can see the vent at the bottom for adjusting the air intake. And I've also welded a 150mm round disc to the top of the chamber on the flue, and this can be used for either putting a small metal teapot, or as I've done, a little enamelled steel cup, and you can actually bring that water from cold up to boiling. Now I used a 6mm copper tube and wound it around the flue pipe to create a heat exchanger, and I've got silicone rubber tubing feeding the water in and out. And as you can see, this is now installed in my camper, and it goes down to a little circulation pump. The circulation pump is connected to the temperature sensor that you can see up on the right hand side, that has got a relay output, and when the water in the pipe gets hot enough, it pumps the water into my hot water tank. Here I'm burning charcoal, which I find is the best for burning in the camper van. It's light, it burns for a long time, and it gives a good even heat. You can see I've put my teapot on top of the hot plate. It works very well. And here I have my finished installation along with my little companion set, so I can take the ashes out or put coals or charcoals in and give it a poke if needs be. It all works very well and cost me less than £20 to make. I hope you enjoyed this, but please remember, with any combustion processes there is danger. Please use it safely.